quarantine is going great, if you're wondering. Listen, this hair, I know where it's honestly. My hair will look better by the end of the video. I'm self-tan. I'm ready to roll. Maybe it'll look better if it was in a pony. Do I look washed out? I don't really know. I have a new lens. Let's see what happens. I have a brand new lens, so I can't zoom. And I only have 2 lights instead of 3. So let me know if you like this lighting and filming setup, because the camera's a little bit further away from me than it normally is. Anyway, hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I thought we could play with some makeup because these last few weeks have been like really tough and really hard, and I honestly can't properly function. I laugh about it because I need to laugh because I get uncomfortable talking about my feelings. But like the last maybe few days, I've just been so emotional and anxiety ridden, and it's not a funny feeling. It's not fun. If you have anxiety, you definitely could agree with me on this, but it's not a fun feeling, and especially in the time that we're in now, like with everything that's going on in the world, it's just unsettling and it's taking a toll on me. So this is actually the first time I've done my makeup in like a week. During quarantine, I've actually been doing a lot of makeup, but anyway, totally not the reason for this video. I thought filming and like playing with a brand new palette would make me a little happy. So I'm excited. So this is the Anastasia Norvina Volume 4 palette. It is beautiful. I feel like volumes 1 through 3 are for like the more editorial and colorful type of makeup artists, where there are like other makeup artists like I personally am friends with that I know they wouldn't use volume 1 or 2, you know, because 1 is full of purples, volume 2 is greens and blues, volume 3 is definitely more of a little bit more wearable, but it still has your pops of colors. So this is what it looks like right off the bat. I don't want the colors to like look washed out because of my lighting, so I'm going to insert some like closer up shots of it. But it's a really beautiful palette. So it's a very beautiful palette. I love the like soft baby pink packaging, and this is what it looks like. They did send this to me. This video is not sponsored. Everything that I say is 100% my own opinion, and just because they sent me a product doesn't mean that I'm gonna lie and say I love it even if I hate it. So that's why I like doing these first impression types of videos, especially when a product is sent to me, just because you guys will know off the bat, because I cannot hide my facial expressions whatsoever. My face will literally give everything away. So this is what it looks like. It's really beautiful, and when Norvina posted the photo of it, I was like, wow, like that is a beautiful palette. I think it's really nice. It's very beautiful and girly. I have some ideas. I was only sent this palette. I did order the cake liners, so those should be here soon, which I'm really excited about because I love neon lighters, so I'm really excited about that. So once I get the neon lighters in, I feel like I'm saying lighters. Once I get the neon liners in, I want to do a look with this color just because I want this to be super intense. And there's a liner that's like an electric yellow, so I want to use that. But there are some pressed glitters in this palette. These 2 down here, I'm not too sure if any other ones were pressed glitter. Maybe these 2, I'm not too sure. No, these are like a shimmer. But these 2 specifically, E2 and E3, swatching them, I was blown away with how smooth and pigmented they are. Obviously they're pigmented, but like, do you know when like you usually swatch a pressed glitter and it just starts to crumble and there's not really a base to it? I hope you guys can see these. There's not really much of like a base to it, and it just feels like crumbly and gross, and you know, like by the time you're done swatching it, there's really not much left of a swatch. But like when you go back and forth with these, they just look absolutely beautiful. And then E4 is pretty. I really like all of these shades. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I will link my other Anastasia Norvina collection videos down below. I go through, I think I have a few of them up with like volumes 1 through 3, and then I also have like a full review on the whole collection plus tutorials, so I'll link that down below. If you guys are interested and you like these kinds of videos, please give this video a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Come join the fam, please. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let's go ahead and get started. So they sent me the Anastasia eye primer again. This is probably like my 5th one, maybe even 6th. I'm not even kidding. But it's the mini one, so I'm okay with it. So I'm actually just going to use it. I only use this primer, to be honest with you, because of the color of it. I really like how light it is. So I think I'm just going to apply this. So I think I'm just going to apply this to my lid. I'm just going to do the right eye on camera. So I'm just going to apply a very thin layer of this. It's a very liquidy type of eye primer. So I'm picking up A4 and I'm throwing this into my crease. This is an Anastasia A10 brush. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of B3 and throw that in the crease as well. Guys, make sure you follow me on Instagram and stuff too, because I always post. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram and stuff, because I always post IGTV videos and looks over there that I don't always post on here. So make sure you guys follow me on there too, so you guys could like check out any other looks that I do. And then if you guys really want like a separate breakdown tutorial for YouTube, I would be glad to do that. But I like having like different content on both, just kind of like, you know, separates it. IG, I really like doing like more, you know, dramatic and simplistic looks. Like I really love doing like colorful, like dramatic looks on Instagram, but then I also really love like simple, the bare minimum makeup, especially on eyes. Like I love that kind. So I'm going to go ahead and just take a brush. I mixed pretty much A4 and B3 together on in my crease, and now I'm just taking a brush with no product on it just to make sure we blend out all the edges. Now B5 is actually a type of like it's like a really cool type of brown. I'm really going to end up like doing like a brown smoky eye, because that's just kind of like the vibe I'm feeling right now. So I'm taking B5 and I'm just pushing it up against my lash line. So I took B5 and I just threw it in that crease. It's a little bit more of a cooler tone, like a cooler neutral tone brown that I'm like used to using, but it's not that bad. I feel like it's more neutral. I'm gonna go back with A4. Blending really nicely. I want to go in with like B4 all over the lid, and then I want to take E3 and like just press it. I feel like that's gonna look really pretty. Let's see. I'm just taking a little concealer to make my base wet, but I'm not gonna really cut the crease. Go in with A3 just right here. Now I'm gonna go in with B4. I'm actually just gonna use my finger because it's so pretty. Oh my god, that's so pretty. I'm not flipping you guys off. I'm literally just throwing shadow there. I'm gonna take a brush because I gotta get like in there, you know. This is so pretty. There's definitely fallout on this shade, but I also really dug my brush into it, so. And I've been really liking bringing like the shimmer shade just a little bit onto the outer corner. Just like laying on top of it. She's cute. She's like smoky, sultry. I'm going to take a little bit of E3, just that pressed glitter, and kind of like layer it. Kind of get like a pretty purple reflect. Oh, it's pretty. That's really, really pretty. I'm going to go in with a little bit more B5 and just push that right here. Really tap it. Not swiping. I'm just going to take this brush and just blend. So there's a little bit of fallout on my face. Nothing like really to complain about. That's pretty much why I always do my eyes first. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera. And we'll be back. I'm back. My face is on. I will leave all the products that I used down below. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up B5, which is right there. I'm just going to take B5 and just throw it up against my lower lash line. I'm just going to make it really smoky. I'm not going to have much of a structure to it. And we're only going to take B5 like right in this outer corner and just connect it with the upper. I'm just taking A4 and a little bit of B3 and just smoking this out. I don't want the lower lash line to be too dark. I'm wearing the Ardell 3D Faux Mink, and the number is 853. And they're actually like really long and spiky, which I love, but like I had to trim like almost half the lash off. And they're still like super close to my inner corner. But anyway, I'm just gonna coat my lashes a little bit. Some mascara. Alright guys, so that completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Like I mentioned earlier, I will list all of my other Norvina videos down below, Norvina collection, tutorials, all that fun stuff. I'll link them down below if you guys are interested. If this is going to be your first Norvina palette that you purchase, I think it's a good palette to purchase. I would either go with 3 or 4. I think it's a very beautiful palette. I don't necessarily feel like you need like 4 hot pinks in this collection, to be quite honest with you. I don't think it's necessary. In this palette, I don't think it's necessary because you have, especially if you have Norvina 1 and 3, like there are hot pinks in that palette already. So for me, I feel like they could have replaced at least like one of these pinks, like especially C2 or E5, like they kind of like could have probably went without those, just because I feel like in every single Norvina palette, it's a hot pink and I'm kind of over it. I feel like I would have liked to see like maybe another matte purple, because you have this really gorgeous lilac-y purple here and like this one as well. And this shades too is like a purpley pink. I feel like I would have liked to see like a little bit more of like a matte purple. But I mean, I could always grab my Norvina Volume 1 palette. I think it is a beautiful palette. The shades blended really nicely. I mentioned that these 2 pressed glitters are super smooth. They have such a nice base to them. And I really enjoyed it. I have E3 on my lid right now, which is really pretty. It's like a brown, but the glitter actually reflects purple, which I think is really, really pretty. I will keep you updated on this palette. Like I said, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I always do IGTV videos and different posts like that with other kinds of palettes and different makeup looks that I don't always post on YouTube. So make sure you guys follow me on there. I'll link it down below and I'll throw it up here in the screen. But it's a beautiful palette. It's the same packaging as the other ones. The formula, I think, is definitely the same. I don't think the formula has changed. The shimmers are very pigmented. They're beautiful. They're blendable. Everything is very buttery and pigmented. I don't find that, like, I have a lot of kickback in the pans. I mean, there was a little kickback when I dug my brush into B4, but that's literally because I accidentally dug my brush into B4. Because I feel like it's more of like a loosely packed shadow. I could be wrong, but when I applied too much pressure on the brush, my brush made an indent, and that's where I got a lot of kickback from. So I think it's a beautiful palette. I don't know if it's the camera or the lighting, but I did feel like my swatches weren't as intense as like my other Norvina palettes are. So maybe that's something to consider, but I just think it was my lights and my camera, because in person they do swatch very, very, very beautiful. So it's, you know, it's your preference. You like it, order it. You don't like it, return it. I mean, you can't go into store and swatch it right now. I don't really know when like stores are gonna open up, especially like makeup stores. Like, I don't really know how they would do with testers. And to be honest with you, like, I don't even know when the next time I'm gonna go into a makeup store would be. Unless it's like I need something, I ran out of it, and I have to run to the store, I probably wouldn't swatch any of the testers after all of this. Not for a while at least, because I don't trust people. I would just be careful. I mean, you can return it if you don't like it, but I think it's a beautiful palette, and I think if you are starting to, dive into more color, I definitely think that this is a good palette for you to pick, just because you do have those neutral tones, and these vibrant shades like C5 and D5 and B2, A3, they're a little bit more subdued compared to like Norvina Volume 1. So I enjoyed this palette. I think that this is probably, I really love all of these Norvina palettes because I really love dipping into color and getting creative with all the different color stories that they have. So you can't really go by me. I'm a very artistic and colorful type of makeup artist. Like I really, really, really love my browns, as you can see, but I also really love playing with greens and blues and purples. Like those are my favorite eyeshadows to work with. I will leave some videos down below so you guys can see, but like those, like Norvina Volume 1 and 2 are probably one of my favorite colorful palettes. If someone came to my house and they told me I can only choose 5 palettes like for the rest of my life, I would probably choose like 1 or 2 just so I had like the colorful palettes. I think that this is a really great palette for you to start off with. So like if you wanted to purchase Norvina Volume 1 but you were scared because like the pinks and stuff like that, pick up this one or Volume 3 because they kind of have like more of like subdued color story. Even though there are bright shades in here, there are more subdued shades. And I think it's a beautiful palette. I have no really, like, I don't really have any complaints minus like the need for like the copious amounts of hot pink. Like I don't understand. I know that's Norvina's vibe and everything, but it's just, how many palettes do you really need with hot pink shades in it? You know what I'm saying? People are going to say I'm saying I'm liking it because this was sent to me. It's not the case. I like it. I personally like the Norvina palettes. I'm not a big fan of the Norvina mini palette. Do I think like the minis are necessary? No, I don't think so. I think you're going to get more bang for your buck with obviously a pro pigment palette like this one. I saw a lot of like controversial tweets the other day, like when she launched this, like when she posted about it, and it was like, I don't like Volume 1 and 2 and 3, like this is ridiculous, like I'm a high eyeshadow hoarder, and I am so in love with, like, I am so in love with like Anastasia palettes. Like Anastasia and Norvina eyeshadows are really, really, really one of my favorite formulas, and they don't do me wrong. Like, I mean, my eyes, I feel like look beautiful. This glitter is like a disco ball on my eyes. I'm really vibing with it. I really like it. I mean, it's not everybody's cup of tea, and you know what? Everybody is going to have something to say about it, whether you like it or they hate it, and vice versa. So you know what? Take what anybody says with a grain of salt. I'm not too sure what Anastasia's return policy is, but I'm pretty sure they will take it back. So just, I mean, or you can order it on Sephora and then return it to Sephora. I mean, you do you, boo. It's your money, your coin. You're going to be wearing the palette. You're going to be playing with the palette. I'm going to be playing with the palette a lot because I actually really like the shades in here. So make sure you guys are following me on Instagram so you guys can check out those looks as well. And when I get the cake liners in, I'm going to do another YouTube video with the cake liners because I'm really excited for those. So yeah, congratulations Anastasia and Norvina. Thank you for sending me over the palette. I appreciate it. I like the palette. Is it my absolute favorite, like gun to my head, my favorite palette? Absolutely not. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it there because I think it's a beautiful palette. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry I rambled the last few minutes, but I had to just speak my mind. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave and like the video. If you enjoyed it, please like it, share it, copy the link, share it, please. Please, 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 please. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you all in my next video.